All right, we're back. This is The Hotspot, and I'm Tomas Malonio sitting in for Jason Salas. And we have an exciting interview coming up. It's with the National Association of Women in Construction Guam chapter. It's celebrating its 10-year anniversary, and here to tell us about it, about the association and its mission and its efforts are President Lucia Wood and immediate past President Joanne Messier. Welcome to the program. Thank you so much both for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
And so a decade, that's a huge milestone. What does it mean to both of you for this association to hit that milestone?
It goes to show how much the construction industry does support women in construction, and how the atmosphere on Guam, they recognize that there's a use for an organization like ours, and GCA has partnered up with us in a very, very strong fashion. And we've helped to mentor and empower women in the industry for 10 years. So, I mean, it shows that we're doing something right, and we'd like to keep on doing it.
And Lucia, what about you? What does this mean for you?
10 years on Guam for the National Association of Women in Construction being here is just mind-blowing. First off, because it's such a great milestone. It shows the tenacity. It shows the ability of the ladies here on Guam coming together, forming together, and as Joanne said, it's been a stepping stone, and each year it just gets better and better and better and better. We did run through the problems through the pandemic, but you know what? We still met, we still had our meetings, we did everything that we could given all the parameters of the pandemic, and it's going to be an exciting year this year. So 10 years is amazing, and I feel very blessed and honored to be a part of it.
And so I want to get to the actual event and some of the accomplishments of the association, but just on a personal level, entering the industry yourselves, what was your motivation, and what was it like for you personally? Joanne, maybe we'll start with you.
For me, I joined because I didn't see many women in the construction industry. And I was still getting people being like, "Oh, you're in construction? That's so cool." And I was like, and it's just as cool being a doctor or being a writer or being a reporter, and I was hoping to make it where, "Oh, you're in construction? Okay, is it lucrative for you?" Like getting to where somebody would just talk to me about it like it was perfectly normal for a woman to be in construction. And I joined with that mentality, thinking that, people are not expecting women to be in construction, but I found that most of the people in construction have no big deal with women in construction. It's only the people not in construction that do a double take when they see that a woman's in construction. So it was a very nice feeling to have, and so I love to support them.
And what's your background and expertise? What work do you do?
I was the operations manager for architectural painting services for 7 years, and now I'm a project coordinator for Black Construction Guam.
All right, wonderful. And Lucia, your background?
My background, currently I am the general construction manager for Guam and Asia Pacific for Reliant Global on the construction side. I got into NAWIC because I wanted to empower, I wanted to mentor, I wanted to show women and young ladies that it is a viable it's a viable occupation.
And we're sharing some photos of maybe some of those mentees, maybe, or
this is actually from my induction
Yep.
coming in for the new board of 22-23. I've got a great group of women, and again, I'm following immediately after Joanne, who's just been amazing last year. And
thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
And so, Joanne, you were serving, the construction industry, just like so many other industries during the pandemic, has had its, challenges. So in this transition to the new leadership, and of course you're still involved, but what are some of the priorities, what are some of the immediate priorities, would you say, of NAWIC, right?
Yeah, so what we're going to try and do is bring back Block Kids. It was a fundraiser for grades 1 through 5 that the children of Guam have really enjoyed. It's a building block engineering event. We haven't been able to hold it for a couple of years because of the gathering restrictions, and we want to keep the population safe, right? So we were hoping to bring that back. The one thing we never stopped, even during the pandemic, and we are very grateful for, is the issuance of scholarships.
Yes.
Because that was all just email and digital anyway, so we never stopped giving out scholarships, and that's one thing that we're very, very proud of. A lot of the women, we actually had our first, 2 years ago, right before the pandemic, we had our first scholarship recipient enter into the construction field. not the first scholarship, but the first person to enter into the construction field with our scholarship. And she said,
Wow.
you know, it really helped, the money that you guys gave. So.
And I know that more than $50,000 in scholarships have been awarded to, you know, the people you're talking about, the full-time architecture, engineering, and construction trade students. So those events you want to bring back, there's also another event we're all looking forward to. That's on the 11th. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I'm sorry, I just get chills every time we start talking about it. On November the 11th, we are going to be holding our 10-year anniversary gala, and that's going to be at the Latte Hotel at the Crystal Ballroom. We are going to be inviting several dignitaries. We are selling tickets. The proceeds will go back to fund a lot of what we do through NAWIC, scholarships, you name it. All the funds go to where it goes best, and that's back into the community. And we have some special things lined up. The ladies are very, very excited about it. So we've got guest speakers coming in. We have two special parts of the program that I'm excited about, but I can't say what it is because everybody just needs to wait and see. It's going to be fabulous.
All right, and so I know that local partnerships are important to the association. So how does that factor in? And I guess what I'm curious about is, you know, workforce is an issue no matter where you're at. You know, I spent some time in the NMI. They're constantly looking at ways to entice young people to enter the workforce. And I think at one of the last trades meetings I was at, they were talking about how even if you hire every U.S. worker on the island, there still wouldn't be enough workers.
That's correct.
So so what is your local partnership looking like, and are you you know, having that in mind about the shortage of workers too, and being a part of that conversation?
I am. That's the mainstay of what NAWIC's about. Letting girls know and ladies know that it's here. I mean, women actually are getting into the construction industry 9% higher than men are nationwide. But here it's also happening just as quickly. One of the things that I've done outside of NAWIC to bring NAWIC and ACTE together, which is the teachers and education, to start helping get some of these technical or vocational classes back in our school system.
And what are some of the barriers or challenges you see that women face entering the field, or maybe they're, you know, hesitant to even consider it, or when they're in the field? What are some of the challenges?
Bathrooms.
Yes.
It's always the bathrooms. It's just, you know, the maintenance on them on a job site, which is difficult for anybody, but that's the biggest thing any woman's ever said to me is like, do I have to use a temporary facility? You know, and it's like, yeah, you know, but I don't know. Most of the women who do it, like, it's a natural process that everybody has to do, so we just do it, you know. But the people who aren't in the industry and they're still a little hesitant, that's the biggest thing they say is like, oh no, they're like, I need a bathroom, you know. But other than that, I just want to shout out like Pacific Federal Management, because our member Michael Nakamura, they've paid her membership ever since. They've trained her up. She actually won the National Emerging Professionals Award for the national for NAWIC. So somebody from Guam took the Emerging Professionals Award with the support, because of the support PFM gave her.
Oh,
you know, and as long as the companies will keep training up people, paying for their training, whether they're men or women, you know. The construction industry just gets stronger and stronger on Guam, and we take more advantage of newer technologies and gear that we can use and make the job easier, because Guam is a very, very harsh climate to do construction in.
All right. And Lucia, did you want to share your take on some of the challenges?
One of the first questions I get is, are they going to make fun of me? And because, you know, stigma states, oh, they're going to catcall and all of this other stuff. You know, oh, little girly. But no, they don't. And once they get out and they get in there, they realize that the men that they were thinking were going to make fun of them actually help support them as well. So, and it's fantastic. And we've had women go through and become heavy equipment operators and out there with the best of them. So it hits everything. And again, yes, the bathrooms, the heat. And am I going to get made fun of? And once you realize, no, you're there and we can help mentor you, and you'll find that one person out in the field that will absolutely turn into being your protector, your little angel that you never knew was out there. And because it's a very caring climate as well.
That's great to hear. Are there specific skill sets or roles that are more popular, and what are the ones that are in dire need now that you're seeing in your fields?
Skilled craftsmen. That's
and on the management side, the site safety health officers, the environmental managers, the quality control managers, there's not enough of those on island, or if they are, they just haven't realized that, hey, I can go out and do this.
Because while craft workers and stuff can be trained up in a matter of months, SSHOs, environmental officers, they need years of experience. So we can't exactly train them up now. We can train them up now, but they won't be able to serve in some positions for a few years until they get the experience.
And so 10 years have gone, and you're celebrating that in November. What are your hopes for the next 10, in particular for women in construction on Guam, or in general? What are you hoping the industry becomes?
So one of the misconceptions about our organization is that we're sort of just another women's group that just writes checks to help people. You know, we just write checks for scholarships. But we don't. We're actually a professional organization of skilled crafts workers, skilled professional engineers, project managers, all of that. And when we do our 4-H program, the Hard Hats, Huge Hearts program, it's not just us writing a check for somebody to do it. In some instances, it is. We installed a media system at St. Dominic's, so in that instance, we did just write a check. But when we did Guma San Jose, we installed with our own elbows, our own hands and our elbow grease, we installed over 11 ceiling fans. We got their fire suppression system up and running. We installed like 22 screens. We fixed a bathroom counter. We cleared out, one of their kitchens was unusable because the drain was blocked up. We got that cleared out. And this is all from the professional skills of our members. So for me, what I'd like for the next 10 years is to grow our membership. So when we go to do big projects, it gets done much, much faster.
And yes, I have to follow on with what Joanne said. Working back what we do is giving back to the community. And yes, through memberships and through the strengths of others out there, NAWIC wants you to be a member. We welcome you because, again, we want to give back to the community. That's one of the first and foremost. And Guma San Jose and what I would call a community day, if you will, sparring therefrom, I'd like to see more than just once.
Yeah, because there are many projects we'd like to take on, but we don't have enough members to fulfill the role. So we would like to build our membership and be able to tackle more projects. We wanted to adopt a bus stop, but we don't have enough people. There's so many things we want to do, and no matter what industry you're in, no matter what career field you're in, that sense of accomplishment is just so fulfilling. And when you can when you get that sense of accomplishment and you can constantly pass by a structure that you knew you were a part of, it just feels so much better.
Right. Well, Joanne and Lucia, congratulations to you and everyone in NAWIC for your 10 years. And I'm looking forward to keeping in touch for the next 10.
Thank you so
much.
Thank
we
you.
thank you both again for joining us in the studio, and congratulations to the group. We'll be right back after this break.